In today's news, more confirmed cases of the South African COVID variant in Thailand. Officials track down the most wanted hitman in the region, and private hospitals now ordering the Moderna vaccine. All this coming right up. Sawasdee krub, you're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the latest stories in the kingdom. A shout out to our Thaiger legend, Scott D. Now you can be one too and support the channel by hitting that join button. Now on to today's reports. 2,713 COVID-19 cases and 30 coronavirus-related deaths were reported today in Thailand, raising the total case count since the start of the pandemic to 103,350. 206 of those infections were at correctional facilities. The number of daily infections is slowly creeping up, with clusters around Bangkok adding the most numbers to the daily count. Other major outbreaks are concentrated in high-density housing areas, including Bangkok's construction camps, markets, and facilities. A new hotspot was reported at a factory in Phetchaburi over the weekend, around 170 kilometers southwest of the capital, where more than 2,000 people tested positive. Heading down south, health officials in the border province of Narathiwat have sealed off 9 villages after 3 confirmed cases of the COVID variant first detected in South Africa. The Disease Control Department says the villages in the Tak Pai district have been closed off to prevent the virus spreading further. The coastal district sits across the Golok River from the Malaysian state of Kelantan. In February, a Thai citizen who recently returned from Tanzania became the first person to test positive for the variant. The 3 cases reported over the weekend in Narathiwat are believed to be the first cases of community transmission of the B1351 strain. The CCSA says border officials are stepping up patrols and increasing the number of checkpoints between Malaysia and Thailand. Private hospitals in Thailand say they are ordering 5 million Moderna vaccine doses for paying customers, be they foreign or Thai, who may want a different vaccine brand. Thailand's Private Hospital Association, which includes more than 200 private hospitals across the country, is reviewing orders for the vaccine from its members and will then order the vaccines through the government pharmaceutical organization. Officials say private hospitals will offer the 2 shots of the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine for a maximum of 3,000 baht total. Thailand approved the Moderna vaccine for local use on May the 13th, making it the 4th vaccine to be approved by the FDA after the AstraZeneca, Sinovac, and Johnson & Johnson vaccines. Health experts are calling on the Thai government to include a variety of brands in its national vaccination drive after the South African variant was detected in the south last Saturday. Thailand's vaccine rollout began on February the 28th, but a limited supply of vaccines has slowed the program. The government says it plans to start a mass rollout on June the 7th after it's expected to receive millions of shots of the Sinovac and AstraZeneca vaccines. The government has set a target of administering 100 million doses before the end of this year. A suspected hitman was killed by police in the southern province of Chumphon. Officials say he was the most wanted hitman in the region. A 16-year-old was also killed by the police during the altercation, and another man was injured. The 43-year-old suspected hitman from Nakhon Si Thammarat had 4 warrants out for his arrest for 4 different murder cases. Police had recently learned the man was hiding in a hilltop hut in Chumphon, about 30 kilometers from Petgasem Road. Police needed to drive a 4-wheel drive vehicle up the hillside road and then trek another kilometer before reaching the hideout. The hitman and a 16-year-old were shot and killed by the police. Another 26-year-old broke his leg while running away from the police. He fell and rolled about 100 meters down the hill. He was then arrested by the police. Officials say they seized an M16 rifle, M26 grenades, and a 9mm pistol, as well as ammunition. The Federation of Thai Industries is pushing for an improved disposal system for discarded face masks, pointing out that they are a nasty new threat to the environment. Since the arrival of the pandemic in early 2020, the number of discarded face masks has shot up, obviously, with reports of masks in waterways already affecting animals. Apipop Phungchan from the FTI says there's an urgent need for proper disposal measures to combat the negative impact on the environment and on people's health. He says, quote, "Used face masks must be destroyed in incinerators to prevent the risk of disease and someone reusing them." There's already a proposal to use red plastic bags specifically for the disposal of used face masks, as well as having designated areas for people to discard them. The FTI is working with the government on the measure, along with a number of initiatives to discourage people from reusing disposable masks. Fine, I'll stop reusing mine too. The FTI is calling on the government to launch an education campaign encouraging people to dispose of their used masks in the dedicated bins. 62 men in Bangkok were arrested at a so-called chemsex party, where gay and bisexual men were reported to take drugs such as meth to enhance the activities at the event. The men are now facing charges of violating the disease control measures, which prohibit large gatherings, especially those where people are in close contact. Half of the people at the venue tested positive for drugs and will be charged, according to the police. Drugs, needles, and used condoms were found at the Pharos Sauna 2 in the Wang Thong Lang district. The two-building establishment has 50 bedrooms, as well as a swimming pool and an area for karaoke. Partygoers and the organizers could face up to 2 years in prison and up to 40 baht in fines. The president of the LGBTQ+ advocacy group Bangkok Rainbow Organization told Reuters reporters that the chemsex parties are worrying because of the risks of contracting either COVID or HIV. Police have arrested a 30-year-old man for his alleged involvement in a fraudulent lottery ticket scam which generated an estimated 600 million baht. More than 50 people say they fell victim to the scheme, with some claiming they lost thousands of baht after they purchased the lottery tickets online, but the tickets were never delivered. The man allegedly coaxed people into investing in the scheme. Police from the Crime Suppression Division arrested him at his home in Samut Prakan, just southeast of Bangkok, on charges of collusion to defraud. A warrant for his arrest had been issued by the Trat Provincial Court. Dozens of people had filed complaints, with 20 people claiming they had lost a total of 10 million baht after their order of lottery tickets were never delivered. And with that, you are now up to date on today's news. Check out this video that just popped up for more Thaiger content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Sawadee krap.